Let's talk a little bit more about this townhouse I purchased and let you know where we are today. This is a townhouse I purchased, approximately 1,250 square feet on a concrete slab. It has 2 bedrooms and 1.5 bathrooms, a living room, dining room, kitchen, utility room attached to a 2-car garage. There's a second level for storage, but it's mainly the main living areas on the main floor, ground level. The development was built in 2004, primarily for occupants 55 and older. This is an approximate aerial view of the development land. To the right of the plot plan shown is a retirement development complex, and to the bottom of the screen, which is going south, is a full-service emergency accessible hospital, along with nearby convenient shopping centers and restaurants. Now again, just to go over what I was trying to explain in the introduction of this new series, this property that I bought is actually a judicial sales purchase from an auction, a sheriff auction. And just give you a bit of history on this, that the auction date was scheduled for March 14th, and part of me preparing for that auction date, I have never went to an auction directly myself before. I have bid on properties online before, but never attended an actual auction. So one of the conveniences was that auction.com was actually representing Judicial Sales Corporation, who was authorized by the Sheriff's Department to sell this property. So it's kind of a long sequence here. But one of the services that auction.com provide was that they also provide assistance to people like me with inexperience in actually attending an actual auction, or for people who don't have time to attend that auction on a particular auction date. So what you can do is register with them, and as part of registering with them, you just go through the process of doing a wire transfer of the amount that you want to bid, the maximum amount that you want to bid. There's no bidding and then you owe auction.com, who in turn pays the Sheriff Department. So you have to come up with your maximum bid, and hopefully that the property that you're trying to acquire is below that amount that you're willing to put out a maximum bid on. The judicial sales for this property here published the day of the auction, which was March 14th, a starting bid of $116,000. Now I got to remember that what it is that they're doing this foreclosure on behalf of a financial institute, and what they are saying is that the prior owner went in default, and he owed, along with the accumulated charges, penalties, attorney fees, etc., an amount of $116,000. So at the judicial sales, they actually start off, in this case, at an asking bid of $116,000. I had auction.com represent me during the bidding process, and fortunately, I was the successful bidder on the property for $140,000. Paid the entire $140,000 on my behalf within 24 hours, which is a requirement by Judicial Sales Corporation that all sales must be paid in full within 24 hours. So I didn't have to go through the effort of trying to find a place to park for day one, attending the auction, winning or not winning the auction. And in my case here, as being the successful bidder, I didn't have to go back downtown to find parking and pay for that parking expenses within 24 hours to come up with the balance of the money due. One of the things that prior to you actually bidding is that you usually have to come up with 10%. So Again, out of the total funds that I sent to auction.com, they registered me on their behalf the 110% of the amount of the maximum amount that I was going to bid. Being the successful winner of this judicial sale, states like Illinois require a court judge final approval of sale. I assume that this court approval, again, I did not have the actual experience of actually participating in a live auction. I was under the impression that it would usually take 30 days from the date of auction. Unfortunately, because of court scheduling, that court date for court approval did not transpire until July 3rd, so I had to wait from March 14th to July 3rd in order to get a final judge approval of the property. Now, on July 3rd hearing, which was through a Zoom meeting process, so I was able to watch that and participate if I had to, but I did not have to. There was a minor issue. One of the heirs of the property requested the judge that they would do a surplus reimbursement. And the definition of a surplus reimbursement, for example, in a judicial sales state as in Illinois, is that the bank was owed $116,000. I bid at $140,000. So the differential between the $140 and the $116 is roughly $24,000. That's considered a reimburse. That's considered a surplus. And the prior owner, even though they were foreclosed on, the prior owner or the prior owner's heirs have a right to put a claim in for that surplus. Now, they did do that, but unfortunately, the court that they did it in, which is for the final sale, was not the place to do that. They actually had to go to the circuit court, or they had to go to the county clerk's office and actually fill out a claim request. So because of that action by the heirs, it pushed the judge final approval of the sale from July 3rd to July 17th. During the final court approval on July 17th, they did award me the new owner of that property. So two things have to take place now. One is that I have to get the deed for the property. I have to record the deed in the county's record. And secondly, my biggest dilemma, as you see right now, is that I'm the owner, but I have no way to get into the property. No keys to access the property. So this is where we are at this moment. Now, at this point from my video, you remember I said during my intro that this is an auction where you can see the outside, but you are not allowed to go inside, or you do not have interior access to the property. So my guess as far as what's in there or what's not in there, good shape, bad shape, I don't know. We're going to have to find out. But in order to do that, we got to get inside that unit. That's our next dilemma. So what did I do? I broke in.